What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on nootropics and performance enhancement. Every shred of information we put on this channel is brought to you by a couple products. You guys know the routine. If you don't, number one, we have a nootropic stack. It is called Cortex. Look, powerful premade stack for basically everything. If you want energy, motivation, verbal fluency, like crazy verbal fluency, mood benefits, just the will to work and be productive for a long period of time, buy Cortex. $33 at the website. If you need a discount on multiple bottles, like 2, 3, or 4, go to the homepage at livecortex.com and the discounts are there. If you need my help on formulating nootropics that work well for you, just figuring out how to stack stuff that will work. I mean, I can listen to your nootropics experience, and if you're running into a bottleneck somewhere, we can fix it in like a week's time. We suggest stacks. We'll work with you to refine those stacks for whatever level of productivity you need in your life. Get the consulting service, $50, livecortex.com. If you're new to nootropics, 3 options. Either buy Smarter, Better, Faster, which is a digital book we wrote for people that are new. You can download it like today. Buy the Nootropic Starter Pack, which is Smarter, Better, Faster plus Cortex in a package deal. Or the Nootropic Starter Pack Pro, which is Smarter, Better, Faster, bottle of our stack Cortex, a consult with me, and then the Racetam God Guide and stack list. Last thing, if you are a man and you are suffering from libido problems, anything that makes you think you have low testosterone, a lot of guys do, it creeps up on you and you don't know it. There's so many things that can cause it. Mostly overtraining for a lot of guys, but sometimes SSRIs, sometimes not sleeping enough, not getting enough micronutrients in your diet. There's a whole lot of things, health problems that could cause low testosterone. Embarrassingly, I had super low testosterone at a very young age, mid-30s. And it basically ruined my sex drive in my life in a variety of ways. And then it kind of sent me in this, this like crazy cascade of figuring out what actually works. Anyway, we put it in a protocol. We've got a testosterone protocol that will raise your testosterone for sure. It's called the Viking Testosterone Protocol, and you get that at livecortex.com. Lastly, if you have adrenal fatigue and you want it fixed, because no doc is going to be able to help you in that situation, I had that too. We can fix it. We have an adrenal protocol. It's $100 at livecortex.com. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about adrenal fatigue and what kind of the most important thing to do after when you're recovering it at the stage that you start to work out again, because there is a stage where you can start to work out when you're recovering from adrenal fatigue. Because when you're in full-blown adrenal fatigue, you just can't work out. Light walking is okay, no heavy cardio, definitely no weightlifting. It's just going to ruin you for days. And then we're going to talk about nootropics and basically taking nootropics at nighttime to get productivity. A very simple Racetam combination that works for a lot of people that won't keep you up at night. I mean, this is proven, works for folks, works for me. So let's talk about adrenal fatigue. Adrenal fatigue is characterized by, it really should be called adrenal hormone insufficiency, near Addison's disease. Where you don't pump out DHEA, you don't pump out aldosterone, and you don't make enough cortisol. In a lot of cases, you don't make enough antidiuretic hormone. So your body is in this perpetual state of energy deficit via fluid imbalance, salt and water imbalance. That's essentially adrenal fatigue. You can sleep 10 hours a night, you wake up tired, it's terrible. Workouts in the beginning stages of adrenal fatigue, or when it's like full blown, are impossible. The biggest thing that happens after you work out, especially when you lift weights, is you're doing protein synthesis and you're trying to repair muscles. You're tearing muscles apart when you're lifting weights, and then you're going through this repair process. When the body doesn't have energy production capacity and reserves, there's no way you're going to repair. I mean, you'll repair, your muscles, and you will actually see physical results. But that is going to sap the energy out of you for days. You'll hear with people with adrenal hormone insufficiency that workouts will tank their energy and debilitate them for nearly 4 days. One workout, 6 sets of, 10 reps of incline bench press will tank people's energy for a fucking week sometimes. It is terrible. The number one thing, once you start to recover, from adrenal fatigue, you got the right supplements and you got the right protocol, got the right dietary stuff, when you can work out, the number one thing you need to do, you can totally go to the gym fasted, fine. Within a half hour of that workout, you need to replenish everything. And you've got to get a good bit of calories. That is so critical in the repair process. Because remember, you have no reserves, or your reserves are very, very limited when you have adrenal fatigue. You have very limited or no reserves to repair. And whatever energy you do have, which is very scarce in that situation of adrenal fatigue, even recovering adrenal fatigue, is going to be used to repair, and that is going to sap the rest of your energy. Your body is like sort of a priority-based system. I need to focus all my attention and my reserves and my resources on this, and if I have no other resources available after that, this is going to take a back seat, meaning brain performance, general energy, that's going to take a back seat. So you'll feel like crap and have terrible energy, but the repair work will happen after workout. Need to eat, preferably a meal with everything in it. You want fat, you want carbs, you want protein. If you're lifting weights, you need to aid in this process by getting a lot of protein. You're just going to need it for protein synthesis to rebuild the muscles that you just tore. You need it. But critically, glucose and salt. You need a lot of salt, a gram or two of sodium at least in that situation. You know, go eat a couple big slices of pizza. Have a meal and liberally salt your meal. You know, there's this thing called, God, I think it's like IV hydration. It's like, God, I forget what it's called. Anything like that, a powdered mix of at least 500 milligrams of sodium. And you should probably take 2 of them immediately post-workout. The carbs, critical for rebuilding, critical for replenishing glycogen, critical for the energy process, critical for the repair process. If you got adrenal fatigue, you're recovering, and you go work out, number one thing, big meal with everything post-workout. Okay, that's point number 1. Number 2, a lot of clients of mine in our consulting, whether one-offs or some of the larger packages with executives, you can find all that stuff at livecortex.com, run into a place where, like at 6 p.m., 6 p.m., they've done a lot of their work for the day, but these people are hard-charging business people, so there's more work to do. And there's just more stuff that they have to engage in. They need to be productive from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And they might, we might have them taking a stack in the beginning of the day, modafinil, racetam stack, theocrine, Alcar stack, the Cortex stack, Cortex variants, things like that. But eventually that stuff's going to wear off. And if you need productivity later in the day, the simplest and most effective thing is either a double racetam stack, something like 500 milligrams aniracetam, 500 milligrams oxiracetam, low dose choline source, or no choline source if you figured out you don't need one, or a trio racetam stack, 400 milligrams oxiracetam, 300 milligrams aniracetam, 100 milligrams phenylpiracetam. That should not keep you awake at night. And if phenylpiracetam does, just swap that out with 5 to 10 milligrams of coliracetam. But will give your brain energy, focus, verbal fluency, general fluidity, general processing speed and capacity, general functioning for the tasks that you have to do later. You know, people make the mistake of like taking modafinil at 2 in the afternoon. Okay, this will take me all the way till 9, 10 o'clock. Yes, it will. But you will not sleep well that night. And then the next day you're going to have to repeat that cycle, and that's a vicious cycle. The modafinil, no sleep, modafinil to recover cycle, it's just terrible. You don't want to do that. So a simple combo racetam stack will help. The Cortex stack will help. Any uridine CDP choline combo, and roughly 150 to 200 of uridine, 80 to 150 of CDP choline, a B complex will help get your brain back on track. Low dose theocrine, something like 50 milligrams, and between 200 and 400 milligrams of Alcar should get you back on track. Low dose tyrosine, like 200 milligrams of tyrosine, and relatively low dose Alcar, 200 to 300 milligrams of Alcar as a combination, as a stack, that will get you back on track and your brain functioning. And none of those things should mess with your sleep. When you need productivity later in the day, you've expended your energy, your first stack has worn off, and you need to get shit done. A lot of people that we coach and consult on nootropics, they are hard-charging executives, and it works for all of them every time, okay? So thanks so much for listening, everybody. I hope you've taken those points and internalized them. Those of you with adrenal fatigue, you really got to listen to that thing. I mean, you need to replenish post-workout. You've got to eat. Even regular people do. They feel wacky if they don't. But if you're recovering and you've gotten to the point where you can work out, especially if you're lifting weights, protein, carbs, fat, salt, calories, and a lot of it. You have no reserves. You cannot play with that situation. You want to be debilitated for the next couple of days, don't take my advice, okay? Thanks so much for listening, everybody. Remember, Cortex Stack, $33 at the website if you want to support us outright. Totally awesome. If you buy 2, 3, or 4 bottles, there's discounts. 2 for $48, 3 for $70, 4 for $90. You can find that at livecortex.com on the homepage. If you need my help This is 12 years of nootropics experience and now 2.5 years of working with people on a consulting basis. We've got a one-off consulting program, $49.99, where we talk to you for 40 minutes, suggest stacks that'll work for you, and then work with you to refine those stacks to make them perfect for your productivity output. Get that at livecortex.com. If you're new to nootropics, you guys know the deal: smarter, better, faster, the Nootropics Starter Pack, or the Nootropics Starter Pack Pro. Last two things: if you are a man and you need to boost testosterone, and you've tried Shilajit and Macaroon and Tribulus and all this other stuff that's out there, and nothing really works, there is a protocol that works. And again, embarrassingly, I know it because in my mid-30s, I had very low testosterone because I overtrained, I wasn't sleeping enough, my cortisol was through the roof, which is it's like antithetical to testosterone. Cortisol high, testosterone low. It's like no matter what. I figured it out. It took me a while. It took me trying all those herbs to eventually land on like a 6 to 7 relatively complex protocol, but highly effective protocol that actually raised my testosterone numbers from somewhere around 350 to 850. I mean, that's like a big deal. Libido came back, felt like I was 20 again. Sex drive through the roof, muscle building a lot easier, a lot of energy throughout the day, a lot of motivation, cool, masculine, calm focus. You're a different human being when you have high testosterone, and it'll also make you live longer. We got a protocol for it. It's called the Viking Testosterone Protocol. Get that at livecortex.com. Last thing, if you got adrenal fatigue and the doc can't help, because they usually can't, because they don't know how to help. They'll see your low aldosterone and low cortisol readings, but not know how to help you, not know which chemicals to take, like licorice root in the case of inhibiting an enzyme which will foster the production of cortisol. They're just not going to understand that stuff. They don't, because they don't work in the realm of other chemicals other than pharmaceuticals, which are highly ineffective in the case of adrenal fatigue. We've got a protocol that can take you out of it, and pretty quickly. It's called the Adrenal Protocol. Get it at livecortex.com. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.